Welcome to the latest dope episode of the HipPodHedz podcast. A podcast where no sage and no vac discuss their hip-hop inspired moments. Pull up a chair, grab a beverage, fill up your cup and get comfortable.
I'm Hayes, host creator of Chicago Bulls and Chicago Bears Central YouTube pages and podcasts. And listen, I love what Known Sage does. Y'all make sure y'all go and check out his hip hop podcast as well, which is HipPodHedz. You guys make sure you guys check him out on that.
I'm actually here to pick up the
there it is. It's real.
vinyl.
It's real.
Wow.
That's what those boxes
The existing.
Got the here. Throw this up closer to the camera, my guy. These got the smoke
that marble
with the smoky joints.
My
3 a.m.
man.
smoke with the
My
smoky
man.
finish on the vinyl. So these are coming on the market mad soon, and it's gonna pick up my little personal stash. So.
Grammy, here we come.
You know. I mean,
Wow.
some HipPodHedz breaking exclusive. We appreciate y'all. Actually, full disclosure, I was trying to check it out. I was like, oh man, the vinyl looks clean. Y'all didn't even post it anywhere yet, right?
Not dropped yet.
Right. It says June, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oh man.
We got a show this weekend at the Whistler,
Yes, sir.
the 19th, and we're gonna do sell some there for whoever shows up to get it early.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Like exclusive style, and then yeah, man, it's a cool ass project. Actually, the project is a distillation of the last couple of months, and you could check out some of the results of it because RP dropped like a couple singles earlier this year
Right.
that were pretty much like part of the project, but then
I learned how to curate from this guy. So he had to make some cuts.
The goal was you had the goal to go out and put on a project that could fit on a vinyl record.
Yeah.
And so you wanted to get a project, and yeah, you got six rappers and a singer, and like you
Right.
wanted to feature all of the people you know and love.
Right.
And yeah, it's a curation job, but you even got some extra heads in on it, and like
Yeah.
but then you made the choices and you put out some like dope music and event, and like yeah, I'm just honored to be a part of all of this. Like yeah, I mean, again, like pretty much all the work I've been doing lately has been here. So
Yeah.
I figured
That's
when I insinuated myself into the conversation to when you guys were talking to Ronash, and I was like, that's not really my conversation because he had that whole like huge collaboration. I mean, his collaboration was so far reaching that like I felt like such a minor piece of that, but I again, honored to be a part of that too, and to be a part of this. This is my second vinyl like ever to being on, and like within the last couple months, it's just like been a big year.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
I saw you posted about the last vinyl on Facebook. Was it it was a single or was it Ronesh's? No, it was Ronesh's project was vinyl. Gotcha.
the
Yeah.
orchestra, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
First track, right?
yeah. Well, the first and then the first track of the last track of the
Last track.
first side. Yeah, there's 2
Nice.
tracks on side A. Yeah. So pretty cool, man. I'm just enjoying the process, and yeah.
That's very nice, man. I saw Bob had it on Facebook the other day, and I was like, "What are you holding there, Bob?"
Keys to the kingdom, baby.
Bob's social media presence is amazing. It's inspiring, actually. Bob is an inspiring character in general. Like prolific and like a brilliant writer, and yeah, I mean, it's cool to be up in the studio with him and like trading 8s and 16s and like trying to like.
Man, Bob doesn't know what an 8 is.
Yeah. he has the I mean, but again, like his cadence seems so infuriatingly simple, and yet he employs it to such ridiculous complexity that I'm a fan for sure. And like also again honored, like speaking of vinyl, Memory Lane later this summer. He's dropping that on vinyl as well. So
Oh, sweet. Okay.
I'm getting that 3-piece with minimal effort and investment.
The 3-peat, baby.
Lucking into this vinyl debut. But yeah, no, it's also kind of motivating, inspiring me to like kind of set the table and get all my stuff together for another solo project, which is overdue, I think, at this point. So
for sure, man. Bring that heat, man. Bring that heat. So like, like Doc Wattson RP, it's a blessing to have y'all on the pod. Obviously we had y'all in previous episodes before, but it's celebration time for y'all, man. We appreciate you. Since you invoked Bob though, because like I was going back in the Greenlights music catalog and I was checking out, was it the first project or not? The earlier recycled material album?
Recycled material was like, yeah, that was the very first. Wow, damn. Thanks for going back.
Bro, it was nice, man. I was like, man, Willow's actually spitting bars here, but was kind of crazy. Was like, I didn't hear Bob at all. And I was curious, was he even part of the collective at that point?
No, he kind of came in. We did a joint called Spacecraft, and he came in during that. It was like a storytelling type of futurist. It was like us losing our minds during COVID, basically. But it's like literally we met started making records right after COVID, or albums right after COVID. And he started jumping on the Art of Poise, which is the album that Greenlights did with Aloe, like completely with Aloe, all of his beats.
That record's sharp.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I introduced them, and that's at the same time when Bob really started kind of doing more stuff with us. So it was, he's obviously a blessing to what we do, and very important, and just like beyond like all the rap shit, I think what people kind of see and love about Bob is his person, and it's very clairvoyant and transparent what he's about, and he's not, I think people love that.
Yeah, he's a real dude for sure. Like,
for sure.
The Peanut Butter Captain Crunch was actually playing at St. Alphonsus Gym 2 weeks ago.
Oh shit! You gotta tell him.
The volleyball warm-ups. I heard it. I'm sitting there like, is that
record? That's arguably one of my favorite on the record. Not the Zoltar, Xandar?
Xandar.
Yeah.
Calling Xandar.
You have Zoltar on another record, right?
Zoltar is the machine that they used in Big.
Right. The Calling Xandar, that record. Right. That's probably, that might be my, I don't know.
It's a dope ass beat.
The whole record, I was running that in the Uber all fall. since it released, I was like, "Yep, you guys are listening to this now."
Yeah, Memory Lane is legendary.
Yeah, it's definitely insightful right now because I heard him warming up at a volleyball game, but they're playing in the background, and my kid knows who Bob is because she went through my music recently and she found Memory Lane and she was just like, "This is dope." And I put it down so that I got her riding around her headphones on the car listening to Bob. And I'm just like, some Bob I gotta listen to with you, okay? But you can listen to some Bob, but I gotta hear it before you listen to it first. She was just like, "Why? He's funny." I'm like, "Yeah, he is funny."
Yeah, but he drops the F-bomb a lot. I guess I don't know if that bothers you or not.
No, they think it's funny. The kids think it's hilarious. They go, "Wow!" I'm like, "Yeah, okay, don't play it around your mom." So pretty much
for young people to hear the way he does his stuff is super important.
It's a vocabulary lesson at the very least. I mean, and they're like, "What does that mean?" And then he's just like he's clever, he's funny. I mean, all of the like things that I love about rap, And again, like I was honored that you approached me. Like I had a gig back like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I found this guy.
This April, right? Discovered me. I was just doing like bootleg bars in Nowheresville, Chicago.
No, man, that's how I found him on the scene, and I loved his flow and his style, and I thought it was.
Well, you and I mean, Mike Logic was a mutual friend of ours, and he was putting on those showcases, and I think we even did a couple gigs, maybe like over like. Maybe. I think were you at the first Music in the? No, you didn't.
I think I had seen you at Subterranean too.
Okay. Yeah, no, I did a gig there, and I think you might have introduced even yourself at that. I met a couple people that anyway. the memory. She goes,
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
no,
appreciate the
yeah,
connections, bro. I appreciate the connection. I think when we first had RP on the pod, and Bob, it took me a while to even realize that Bad Wolf was their own group in itself. So it was nice to have a conversation with them. And then somewhere along the fold, Doc Watson's folding in like, man, like Greenlights are just going for the first round draft picks around the
yeah,
scene,
we're doing
man.
Chicago Bear shit.
Sid, you're part of this conversation. You were at this was at the show where we did Rockwell, the Rockwell, the bartending release, and you rapped with me on stage that night. So like, I mean, you were in the room when it happened. But yeah, I mean, I told you, you're all part of the story too. Like the Daywalkers crew, and
I kind of knew that there was a crew, and I knew.
Well, Jason's like honestly responsible for bringing me out of like retirement musically. I had been like doing almost nothing for like 8 or 9 years, and I met him in the halls of Kellogg, and we were actually on like a committee together, and he was like, "Oh yeah, actually like rap. I got a thing." We had known each other, by the way, for an long time. Before
either one of you professed that you rap?
No, he knew that I had rapped, and we had talked about it all the time. Okay. And then at one point he was like, "Yeah, I have like a whole crew, and like I did all this stuff," and then he like the stuff he did with Rockwell. And I was like, bro, like what's with the compartmentalization? But anyway, but no. So then we got together, and I shared some like these like proto beat ideas that I have been like kind of just doing therapeutically at home, just like trying to like, get myself back in the groove. And he's like, "Yeah, that sounds dope. Let's work on it." And I was like, "Really?" And he was like, "Yeah, really." And then he like project managed the first Daywalker project into existence. I did the beats and like did a bunch of the mixing.
This is making a lot of sense to me.
But he's instrumental in kind of like getting me out of my funk of like the non-creation. And then so it was like him, and then like right after that I was like, all right, I'm feeling juiced, but I don't want to produce. So I reached out to Ronesh, and I just bought 2 beats from him outright, and I was like, let's do this. Went into a studio and recorded a song over that, and he's like, dude, he sent me like 10 other like 30 other beats, and we produced Bonsai that following over COVID. So like these domino felt, and like so that got me like on Iowa Rockwell's radar, who had started like woodshedding and producing like hundreds of beats. Like so like I keep falling into these like incredible opportunities to like work with like really creative talent, and like no, and again, like I kept you to thank for. I mean, you even tracked that intro that I did on Ronesh's record. Like you're a part of all of this. Like so, like it's just dope to be able to like keep those sparks lit and like keep the opportunities going, because like I don't always seek them in that way, and like I have the ambition, but I don't have like necessarily like I don't have the pretense to like go out and like push it. So like to be invited to like collaborate and to like have that great energy is so dope. So thank you, Sage. Thanks to Ronesh, and thank you, Andres.
Oh man, thank you.
Thank you, man.
And thank you guys.
Bro. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. Like, Daywalker's 5th anniversary this year. I would imagine Greenlights music has probably been going on even longer than that, or maybe around that time.
Yeah,
too, right?
probably. I guess you could say around the same time, probably.
Dope.
About 5 years ago, really, we kind of solidified the fact that we wanted to do it.
That's nice. And Doc, like you invoked the room where it happens. I apologize for missing y'all's show last was that weekend or so? 2 weekends ago? Was it? At Robert's West Side.
Yeah, man, you missed it
up?
For sure.
You missed it.
No, do that. Homeboy Sandman is dope, and definitely don't sleep on E-Turn. She crushed. Like she walks in the club super unassuming, and then
just had her beats and her. That's it.
Had her her and her beats, and she absolutely destroyed everybody. I mean, definitely like a highlight of the night for sure. I mean, Homeboy Sandman is an I mean, he's clearly an international performer.
Yeah.
He could clearly rap in his sleep. I was looking at I was looking at Casa in the audience. And it's like he was rapping over that like reggaeton beat, and he had like wiggle room on his cadence. Like he was like doing little like pauses, and I'm like, how does he have wiggle room in this track? Like he was like right on rhythm, but like he was like doing little like stutters and pauses, and I was like,
he's great.
It was masterful. I was like, this is like
on a reggaeton beat. On a reggaeton
beat. He was on like a reggaeton beat, but he was like playing. He was playing real.
He was going in and out of double time without like.
He was like Thelonious Monk, like on that shit. It was incredible. Like he knew exactly what the time was, and he was exactly on time, but it didn't feel like it. And it was. I was looking at Costa, like, it's like we gotta go practice. Like we gotta go get better, right? This is not easy. Yeah, no, he's dope. He's dope.
They had been on like a 7, and then they went 7 days after this, but they went on like 7 shows in 8 days, and then they showed up in Chicago, and then they went like 8 more. So like that was the impressive part to me is that
just the endurance.
Yeah, dude, he did that the last fucking 5 nights.
Wow.
And, yeah, that takes guts.
Yeah, takes guts to grab a chair out of the audience and sit down for a track too. I mean, like,
but yeah,
I need to learn how to do that shit. But yo, hey, give me a chair. No.
Yeah, shout out Robert's Westside, man. It's definitely becoming the spot of like hip hop shows, because you know, Greenlights, when y'all did that show last time, RP, like I didn't even think it was like a destination for hip hop, to be honest.
Yeah, I think the guy Donnie Biggins, who is the owner, has done a great job at making a venue that is inclusive to music, all kinds of music in general, but not just like the rock or the cover bands or whatever is going to make money on the weekends, but also like banking on the hip hop shows and not thinking like just because it's a hip hop show it's going to be dangerous, or just because it's a hip hop show, you know, you're going to have assholes there. I mean, there'll be assholes there one way or another. But but he has like 3 neighborhoods there, 4 neighborhoods almost, because you're talking about Forest Park, River Forest, Oak Park, Berwyn. You know what I mean? And all these people come to that one strip to socialize in it's one suburb away from the city. So then you also have Austin is right there too. So I mean, you can get a lot of people coming out to that landmark, but he's done a great job at opening up that place and keeping kind of small music markets alive.
Man, that strip is incredible though. I mean, that strip has been around since like, man, when I was in high school. I went to filming for 2 years, and that strip has always been alive. But I drove by there a few times. I haven't been to Robert's West Side, but that vibe, man. You drive by, you hear that bass outside. It's almost like what you get. It's almost like what you get like when you're over by over a Cermak, when you're over by but it gives you that Kingston's Mind like vibe when you drive by, because you hear the bass, you see everybody outside excited to go into it. So it's good to see like, you know, hip hop getting that platform there, because man, it's important. I mean, there's so many places that closed down and then reopened, but Forest Park is on fire right now. You know, it's a mecca for like creative personalities, just artists and everything, and everybody's doing shows around there. So Forest Park is hot.
Don't sleep on the west suburbs.
I know. Well, we know all about the west suburbs. I mean, west suburbs always been dope though.
Smoke Park.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't forget
Livingston. Don't
forget. Doc wasn't no doubt. Doc wasn't one of your cover arts. I don't know if they really do rap shows there, but like it was sort of in that area.
Shout out to Fitzgerald's in Berwyn. Yeah,
I know Fitzgerald's. Yeah, I know about
that's my cousin's restaurant. And
really,
yeah. He bought it from. I mean, it's obviously a fixture in the scene, but he bought it from the previous owners, and closed in March 2020. Survived literally like COVID. Like he had that patio open, partnered with the guy John Mannion to do the Baby Gold's restaurant, the barbecue spot there. Great great restaurant for that spot. Even had the ability to like furlough his team like on salary during the winter of 2020 when like they were like, yeah, we're like open, but like, you shouldn't be, but like, and they were like absolutely keeping everyone safe, paying them, kept everything open. So like, really walking the talk on like how to take care of your people too. So like, I mess heavy with Berwyn's neighborhood gem Fitzgerald's, and big ups to baby Golden Fitzgerald's.
Man, you talking
I've
about
also printed on Shy Native too here on this. Those are the homies as well. So
Yeah, displays. Right.
that's where I'm from.
Oh,
Or living now, at least not from, but.
Nah, man, it's like 6 degrees of separation, man. I was pretty sad. I drove by and saw Gina's is gone. You remember Gina's?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gone. So Gina's, the Italian Nice place over there, not that far, Fitzgerald's is gone.
Oh, really?
They've been there for 60 years, something like that. Yeah.
I mean, it's hard.
Yeah, I know.
Even in good times to keep a restaurant open.
That is true.
Yeah. Man.
Especially with music, I feel like
Mhm.
the cost has really pushed owners away from wanting to do, have a stage and go through all the hoops of putting on performers that are smaller market performers, and that's a problem. I think that's in Chicago, we've seen all kinds of small places shut down over the years, and very few places pop up.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun enough, like doing the like pop-up parties and like the event space, like renting the event spaces, and or like the homies the homies who like take the matters into their own hands and throw a whole festival out on a forest preserve, like those are absolutely creative outlets, but it's not exactly sustainable. And like to your point, like it's hard.
It's hard and
it's hard on the person fronting that event.
Yeah.
There's this huge investment that you can place in yourself to like cement yourself in a scene, but like then you're like also working a job, or in the event of working with the Greenlights, working 8 different jobs, and and then like trying to figure out times to convene just to practice, and they're like to have gigs. It's like it's definitely becomes a rolling challenge, and like the reality of being kind of I mean almost a hobby musician, like versus like, but still like 3 a.m. smoke on vinyl, bro. Like this, I mean, you can still make things happen.
Yeah.
You can still achieve goals. Like, even if those goals are symbolic, like it still means something. It's still like worth doing. That was actually one of the reasons that I started doing music again, because like I had to uncouple the whole like why back in the sack, I was had a band with Sack Lunch, shout outs to all those cats, and like we got to a point where we were earning money and like could actually see a future as professionals, and then we're kind of like stopped. So I was like, oh, I could go be a professional musician, but that's that path, that's that effort set, that's that skill set, cool. And then I didn't do that. And so after a certain amount of years, you're like, well, am I even doing this anymore? I had to start like really reconnecting with like, why am I making music? Why do I am doing it? And invariably it came down as like, because if I don't, my mental health suffers. If I don't, like, then I feel like I'm not like you saying what I need to say, So so I'm grateful for these outlets and this opportunity. We talk about this all the time off mic, but then like you hear it on the mic, like, because that's what reflects in our work. Like we talk about ourselves and we talk about our vulnerabilities and our insecurities, but in a way that's articulated confidently, because that's the media that we've chosen to play in and to actually like play well in. Like I think it's not even. I mean, it took this rediscovery to actually also be confident enough to say I'm dope and I'm meeting other dope cats and like working with dope cats that like have the skill. That's the baseline. Now what? Now what do we do with it? And you know, the people that come to the table, the people that put in that work, we make work happen and we make things that I think are really dope and really stand the test of time. And then they draw attention to people like DJ Allo, who we all respect immensely, and you know, we're all like kind of like fanboy about getting invited to work with, and like all took that very seriously and like put in our best efforts on that, and like yeah, and what comes out of that is amazing too. So yeah, I'm just like proud to be in the mix, and you know that is like feeding. It's like self-feeding, it's self-reinforcing. Um, you know, there's other profits that you can draw from it, if not financial ones. You know, and then it's fun to hang with and do hood rat shit with your friends.
I love that you're talking about that shit, man. It's dope.
Yeah.
Well, so I mean, definitely, you guys' music, man, it gets you through like tough times during the day. Like, you know, I find myself lately when I'm at work and I'm struggling, you know, it's Daywalkers on, it's, you know, there's a lot of Greenlights, there's Listen to Bob. I mean, you guys pretty much changed a lot of my the way I look at music during the day. You know, it isn't, I'm listening to Griselda all day because Griselda only takes me so far that I want to get up and go hurt somebody.
Yeah.
I'd be like, if I don't have bail money, I got to turn off Griselda. Okay,
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a time and a place. Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys, musically, it's just man, just listening to the evolution, man. Every album gets better. So I listen, I go, okay, what's the next album gonna be like? You know, I want the vinyl, and I want the vinyl after the vinyl. That's the way I feel lately.
That's awesome. We got you, bro. We'll send you one for sure.
I wholeheartedly agree. I mean, like, I really couldn't think y'all could outdo Solid Gold Gravy, because like A Beautiful Mood was a dope project. So I'm definitely waiting for next month.
Honestly, too, like some of the stuff in the hopper that like I've heard that I'm not even a part of is like even crazier. I mean, RP's got a record. I know he's working on something with his homie.
Yeah, Roland Weary. This guy's a engineer from well, he's a Grammy-winning engineer. He kind of taught me how to do all the stuff that I do with these guys.
Yeah, you got. I mean, that project is sounding.
We kind of have a project aside. Me and Bobby are doing something called the Automat, which he's on.
That is also shaping up to be a monster of a record as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Bob tackles the working force, and it's pretty awesome. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I mean, like that's the beauty of it for us is that in the way like that the digital age has shaped music, it makes it easier for us to kind of be professionals and still have day jobs, and then you know on the side be working, making more and more stuff, because that's the beauty of having all these guys too, working with all these artists, is there's a lot of you can make a lot of material.
Yeah, and well, you and me have some stuff brewing too, like a couple things in the hopper. We haven't.
Ooh, y'all wait.
Haven't quite.
Come on, man. Come on, come with it.
I wasn't trying to be coy about that either. There's not. I'm also like working with the homie Release Beats. We just dropped Respiratio Ignis, which is, I mean,
it's a dope track.
A really fun track featuring RP and the homie Abex, who I mentioned, Sack Lunch. That's like a definitely a deep cut collab, because last time I rapped with him was 2005.
What?
Yeah, because he was like one of the core Sack Lunch crew.
Oh, get out of here. Okay.
So that was like a kind of a fusion of past and present, that track.
I get it now, and now your soliloquies.
The little
in between, like the choruses.
Yeah, I mean those things are
cool. They make that much more sense to me now.
I was trying my best to make it sound like
really dope track.
Yeah, I enjoyed making that one with you guys, and Release and I are working on a couple other things. Ronesh and I are working on a couple things. So I need to get my head around all that. So no, we'll talk again when that project drops as well.
Please, yes, please keep the conversations going. There's two things that I wanted to point to. One, like when I did go back in the catalog and the recycled material project, it is true what Novak's saying. Like every album is sonically better, the lyricism is on point. Like I don't think of just like any one vibe, right? Like just think of like how silly hip hop y'all bring, how grimy hip hop y'all do. Like even like when Novak was talking about uplifting my spirits, like I literally was listening to like Feet Don't Fail Me Now, and that kind of like brought me back to a brighter place, you know, because I was like in a little dark space for a moment. So man, like y'all just keep dropping these gems, and I appreciate it. But the thing I wanted to bring up lastly was it's dope y'all calling from the studio right now, because like I know both of y'all have an ear for like different things, different tweaks that need to be done on the studio side and not just the lyricism side. So like, yeah, man, like I don't know. Can you like say a word about that? Because I know obviously, Doc, I know you obviously have the musical chops from your, you know, your saxophone upbringing and everything else, and you know, RP, like Doc told me that you treat like the studio sound as important as it should be treated, you know what I mean? So like walk me through that, I guess. That torturous process.
I mean, I'm gonna keep buttering that bread, bro. So what I like about Andres is he is he has the ability to like connect and like connect the dots. I think, I mean, I see this in you, Jason, as well, but like the ability to like put all the people in the room and hash out what a good song might sound like. Even if all the pieces don't necessarily sound like they might connect, like from like the beat up, some of the beats, like if you listen to individual pieces of it, you're like, that might, and then like you hear the whole thing together, you're like, that's, yeah, let's play. And so like that curiosity to like explore the samples. I mean, I've heard you chop up samples before. I also know that your musical background is like different. Like you came in through a different path. You played drums, I think, starting off, and like are kind of learning this from from a more technical perspective than a musical perspective. But like then like we've talked about like the back end stuff and the engineering stuff, and you've taught me a lot about like how to like shape things in the mix just by seeing you mix. And then like when we talk about things, and like if I have an idea about something, like you actually, I mean, you are totally open for like
Definitely
feedback. And it's not feedback, it's like you're like, oh, that is a good idea, and like kind of like almost co-producing in some ways. But again, like I acknowledge that like I'm only like Rick Rubening over here in the back, like lying down,
right,
and
but
kind of like
that's like half of what hip hop is, man. It's like there's always like one guy who's gotta, I think, be in the room who's another set of ears, right?
Yeah.
Or girl. And I think that that's for me, from my perspective, it's always refreshing to have someone who's not only dope and understands what hip hop is about, but was an actual musician and jazz in train.
Well, and I think it's also important just in any creative process to trust yourself. Like, I mean, again, like trust your contribution, but also trust that like it is a group creation. And I think you honor that holistic to the point that your early work was like 7-minute tracks with all of your rapper friends, because you were doing it for the like community and for the like connection. You were doing it for that almost indiscriminately. And then, you know, I mentioned that to you, and then like you almost took offense to the question at first, like was like you have no idea why I'm doing this, and like, but then I think you did kind of carefully consider that, and like you have kind of been more thoughtful, and actually you were even challenging us like this last project because of your constraints. You were like 8-bar verse. I think I actually have 24 bars on this whole vinyl. across like 2 or 3 tracks. But like I'm proud of this record just as like the other ones, because again, like I see that evolution of like your process and your
Yeah.
and that's not something that's always visible, like, but unless you look at the body of work like these fine gentlemen do. And they do the deep cuts, and then they see that evolution, and like I said this to you last time. I was like, I'm so proud of that, to see that evolution in you, and like to be a part of that. I don't consider myself the sole contributor to that either. Because again, you pull in so many influences, and you have many people in this booth that are far more talented than I am on multiple dimensions. Even if I know I'm dope, like that doesn't mean I don't care about goat talk. This beef shit is stupid, because it's like, who cares? Like, let's create and let's make music, and like and I also like being nice to people if I can help it, but it's
I think
but sometimes I still got a little edge to it.
On the curation tip, like you've been super helpful, man, because I think also like with time and people and family, and when other people start seeing like the beauty of a song with only 3 of us on it, you know what I'm saying? And because we did have to, some people, I did have to say no to people wanting to continue to add verses on certain songs on this album, because it was like, one, there's 44 minutes, we can't go over that on an album, and 2, it's like, this actually sounds finished, right? It's like, this sounds done.
Well, and if that was like a way to break out of that kind of like constraint, then the goal to putting on a record was a perfect challenge to like to accomplish, and mission accomplished. So yeah, dude. Project achieved.
Yeah, man. You're just like scratching a lot of my hip hop brain here, because Doc, when you're talking about you only had 24 bars, I literally was telling my my older son, who was like discovering the Fugees recently, I'm like, yo, you need to know who Lauryn Hill is. But by the way, Praz, he's lucky enough if he gets 16. He usually never gets 16. So it was just kind of like hilarious to hear y'all talk about these constraints, because I was even trying to describe to him like what a CD was. Like, you couldn't even get more than 80 minutes on a CD, and y'all talking about 44 minutes, but you know, in the streaming.
It's crazy, like they don't even listen to more than like a minute now and stuff. Like, it's all about singles. Well, so like they don't want to go further. They're trying to go left.
Further, I mean, we're that would be a whole different line of conversation. But the previous single length was really constrained by the like record that it fit on. It was like 3 minutes and 3.25 minutes or something like that. 3 minutes to 3.25 minutes exactly. And the MP3 ruined that convention, and now the average single is over a minute shorter, like almost 2 minutes in length, because now the game is attention, and so capturing someone's attention is a game of streaming. I by the way, I am also guilty of this myself. When we were in the 90s, early 2000s, when you start rapping, you write 3/16s in a record on a track. Now, people put out 2/16s, or they're doing shorter things with like more hooks, because again, that's the game is stickiness right now. I don't necessarily play that. I still am a dumb old guy, and I put out whole albums that like people never listen to the second half of, but like cool, because that's how I like to make this music and share it. And Iowa Rockwell says, "Do what you want," and like don't ever tell them.
You'd be surprised how many people listen to the second half of that album.
I mean, they do some of them do, but like there's there's definitely a drop off on the metrics if you ever look at the bar graphs. The view counts drop after the intro.
Yeah, but if you're driving around the city of Chicago or New York, wherever the hell you're at, and you're stuck in traffic, I mean, you're listening to music. So it's not like it used to be where you went somewhere, got out your car 5 minutes later. So we're in the car with the music now. The MP3 did ruin how we listen to music, because you only listen to what you want to listen to. But it's different now, because you can be stuck on 290 for up to 45 minutes. If you guys make albums based on traffic flow, then everybody's gonna win a Grammy at this point.
Point taken. And yeah, I mean, again, like, you know, Io Rockwell is messing with these cats, the Nether Friends or something like that, and they put out like 100 records in the last like 2 or 3 years, like literally 100. Like it's a lot of it's a lot of projects. And I'm like, that's a lot of projects. That's like too many. And like, I was like, right, what the fuck does that mean? Who cares? See, they did it. So who cares why they did it or if they should have? I'm like, point taken and scene.
Challenge accepted.
Hey man,
So-
you never try to yuck someone's yum, right?
That's right. That's right. So I was catching that glimpse of the back of the vinyl that I think Bob Rock posted, and I wasn't sure if I saw any features because I know that y'all had
There are two
Ideal.
features out.
Okay,
Well,
dope.
actually, one's more. One is Phonetics, who's been part of our crew forever.
Oh, you throw.
Hey, there it is.
And then, like,
my man.
But
Woo.
Do you want us to send you some screen caps to superimpose on
Yeah.
Or
Why
do you have
not,
you have
please?
post? Do you do any post production on these?
That'd be a dope T-shirt.
yeah,
That album comes with a dope T-shirt. That is nice.
good point.
It's got a smell to it.
And Castaway was on this album on the Posse Cut, so he helped us out there too.
Well, and one of the singles you got Ideal on too from
And on
Yeah.
the singles, one of the singles we dropped, Ideals on one of the singles, Happy Hour.
the pre single.
Okay, so that happy hour joint's on the 3 a.m. smoke.
No, that came out earlier this year.
Right, because I remember that Ideal track. I like that. And that was another like 6 degrees of separation stuff. Because like Ideal, obviously you're repping the Shy Native Radio T. Like
Yeah. Mike Logic is definitely a linchpin in the hip hop community. He knows everybody, and yeah, I mean, it was his showcase that got, I mean, RP to come say hello, and couldn't thank him enough.
Mike's the man.
Yes, he's got a new house.
He's freaking building a house with his bare hands.
No, it's mostly Bill. A little bit of reno though. You do some reno.
You do your own bathroom. You get props for me, man.
Fair enough. I will not be doing that. So
Hell
no, fair enough.
So the show, man. So is anybody else popping by the show y'all got this weekend?
The other crew is called not Mother Nature.
Okay.
Hold on a second.
Dig it. And have y'all performed at that venue before? Because
I've performed at the Whistler before, not with this crew.
okay.
I kind of like it because it's smaller and like right there in Logan Square, it's like definitely a chill, more like a smaller music venue. So the fact that they have like, this is a free show that Chirp Radio is putting on. Big ups to Chirp Radio. And they have like every last Sunday of the month, like a free show that they'll put on for them. And they'll take two local acts and have them perform. So we were invited to do that, and
You're trying to find the name.
yeah, I can't remember what their name is.
But so Sunday, May 19th, at what
That's
time do y'all go
this Sunday. We'll go on around 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Dope.
So doors are, I think, at 8:30.
And then also you can catch Bob at Liars Club May 30th.
May 30th, Bob will be at Liars Club.
June 7th.
And then June 7th.
Are we gonna be
June
at
7th,
Sugar?
we're gonna be at Sugar Records.
Oh,
Sugar?
that's Novak's spot right there.
That's spot.
All right, man. I expect to see you there.
And
Yeah.
then
Castaway is releasing his album called The Omen, and then it's kind of like the day before our opening, so we're gonna leave some records there for people to buy.
so you can copy your record there.
Okay. Sugar, I'll be there.
And then June 29th, right?
June 29th at 6:06.
Official record release for the 3 a.m. smoke. Yeah.
We'll do a
So-
party at 6:06 Records.
Let's stay tuned, guys.
Yeah, we gotta hang out, y'all.
Yeah, IRL.
Man, you guys are putting the work out there, man. You're everywhere.
Hey,
We got this thing now. We got to sling it, bro.
are you finding the name?
Yeah. I don't. This flyer sucks because they didn't even have like the day on it or nothing.
Oh, there it is.
Mother Fortune.
Mother
Fortune.
is a hip hop group.
Mother Fortune.
Yeah, Mother Fortune is another group. Is a group that is going to perform with us this Sunday.
Courtesy of Chirp Radio. That's dope.
That's word. Well, I don't know if you guys got to get back to work.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we're sort of rounding out the hour. Was there any other final thoughts on this celebratory green music? Man, I don't know what to call it, bro. Gems, drops.
This is like
sensation.
a platform, I think.
Yeah, man. We appreciate you having us on and talking it out, and allowing us to share our thoughts about music and life and the pursuit of happiness or what have you.
Yeah, I think this is just a project that's going to spring every more stuff forward and better stuff.
Yeah.
So keep listening. If you
It's
can.
only just begun.
That's amazing. So yeah, man. Thank you both for stopping by. I mean, plenty of shows on the horizon. Got to check it out.
Yeah, if you're ever gonna know you're gonna come through, text me or Doc,
Yeah, let us know.
and maybe I'll probably slide you in without having. Sunday's free.
Yeah, no doubt. Got
Yeah,
the
we'll get
plans
you in
ready.
for free on Sunday.
That's what's up.
It's only gonna cost
It'll only cost you
you $30 because you're gonna walk away with an album.
You're definitely gonna want a
Hey.
copy of that record. Yeah.
I don't count vinyl costs.
Write that up.
Fringe benefit. Word.
Yeah, Novak, did you want to close us out, man?
Yeah, man. I just want to thank RP and Doc Wattson for coming through, man. Every time we get with you guys, I get new stuff. So you guys definitely got new vinyl on my radar. You know, you're gonna be at a few places that we like and love, man. Definitely gonna get out there and check you guys out. Definitely listen to us everywhere. Everywhere podcasts available, everywhere. You can find us out there. You know, definitely go out and listen to something dope today. Definitely listen to Greenlight music. Support Doc Wattson. Support Native. Support everybody out there. Pretty much. I want to thank everybody for listening. Go out and listen to something dope today.
Well, you tell Ricky Martin and the Menudo gang if they want a reunion tour, they're gonna have to go through Jerry Blowkiss. Gwendolyn, cancel my 10 o'clock. Something just pooped on my windshield. Fucking birds!
That was it though. You got it.
Floating hat and glasses, unseen by the masses. Comfortable with vices and a tendency to ration. In a brand new room to strangers who are strangers to the dragon. Watch you chase it off the planet, let me call you when I've landed. Watch them flying off the handle, kid, your arms must be exhausted. I don't have the heart to tell them bird can also mean an ostrich. Or a penguin or a chicken or a trusted middle finger. I don't really give a fuck when it's time to eat your dinner. I'm embarrassed for your parent when it squawks, it isn't art. Singing loudly, he's no writer, baby, maybe you should start. In a lustrum, you'll be awful. In a decade, you're a mallard. Every winter, Sunday morning, pigeons give away the pattern. You chicken hawks or chicken squad, it doesn't even matter. I would shit on any statue that would cast a fucking shadow. Most of this is set and sad, it changes really fast. The golden goose you're looking for is trapped beneath the glass. The better dream is treat the love, the rest is for the birds. You will never save the planet if you're trying to sell a shirt. Most of this is set and sad, it changes really fast. The golden goose you're looking for is trapped beneath the glass. The better dream is treat the love, the rest is for the birds. You will never save the planet if you're trying to sell a shirt. My turn and I'm flying, get that worm. I'm a pilot, I circle my way around the earth like a migrant. I'm working in the sky with my eyes peeled, waiting on a cactus for the sky to die. A nice meal, a light squeal and I'm off to Mexican skies. Right deal, I hear flight pelican fly. I might feel like I'm getting hell of a high, so I fly down south before the fellas can ride. I'm overzealous and shy, but I never go hide.
chilling on a wire, looking yellow and white. I had to settle for light snow, no teledevice. I'm a rebel with the right flow, I'm web of the ice. Tuxedo is nice, hype the people they like. I look like Chino tonight, like an eagle in flight, or a seagull or flamingo when the lingo is nice. Spread my wings when I'm singing, I'm the king of the flight, man.
Most of this is set in sand, it changes really fast. The golden goose you're looking for is trapped beneath the glass. The better dream is truth, the love, the rest is for the birds. You will never save the planet if you're trying to sell a shirt. Most of this is set in sand, it changes really fast. The golden goose you're looking for is trapped beneath the glass. The better dream is truth, the love, the rest is for the birds. You will never save the planet if you're trying to sell a shirt.
Listen, this is for the birds from soil to the surf, to toil on the earth, end up waffles with the syrup. Pigeons in the park, bad decisions after dark, or a bundle of joy dropped off by a stork. Hop off the front porch when you open the door. Untoward, but undeterred, I'm underfoot. We fast for the flock while some get caught. A Twitter bird pink slip, you're undercooked. Some report, some say we're disappearing. Canary in the coal mine, the silence that you're hearing. The way of the dodo, an existential feeling. Tearing out a page from the book of Darwinism. Listen, it's pigeons again, outside of prison. Carry a message to pass off to the inmates. It's plans to break through, to settle all your debates. Who would have thought an old bird with a big break?
Most of this is set in sand, it changes really fast. The golden goose you're looking for is trapped beneath the glass. The better dream is truth, the love, the rest is for the birds. You will never save the planet if you're trying to sell a shirt. Most of this is set in sand, it changes really fast. The golden goose you're looking for is trapped beneath the glass. The better dream is truth, the love, the rest is for the birds. You will never save the planet if you're trying to sell a shirt.
I'm a bird, I'm a man, we're not just to be free.
Thank you for listening to the HipPodHedz podcast. A podcast where no Vac and no Sage discuss their hip-hop inspired moments.
Solid gold gravy.
Share, like, subs, comment to the show on YouTube and
Can I put it
Spotify.
on food or?
Go out and listen to something dope today.